Okay. Oh, wait for it. Okay, test, 1, 2, test. Okay, got the live stream element going through now. We're gonna add that to the stage. Hey, there we go. Get that happening. But big thank you to everyone who's taking the time. Hey, busy day, come chill in the space. I see Wes. I see Mark D. Doctor's there in the house with us. Actually, Doctor, better send you a co-host invite. That might be a good idea. Hopefully, X is going to play ball and let us invite co-hosts. Hey, Double Quill's in the house. Double Quill, thanks for joining us. I just saw that you've recently just posted your latest blog. I will be highlighting that very, very shortly. I'm still just getting my bits and pieces together, but so far I think we're not looking too bad. Also, guys, we do have a VeVe supported giveaway as well for the show, so stay tuned for that one if you feel inclined to get in on that. Oh, that's what I thought I'd do. Yeah, just stop that for a second. Sorry guys, I'm still playing catch up a little bit just because I woke up a little bit late because, you know, life. But, you know, you get that. I hope everyone's been doing well. So I said it's the first WebView Wednesday we've had for a little while. Okay, there, Doctor. Test, 1, 2, test.
Yes, sir. We in the house.
Excellent. Excellent. Give me a sec. So I'm still having a few technical difficulties, but I'm getting there. Okay, let's try that. Okay, there. Let's try that one. Test, 1, 2, test. All right, you still there, Doctor?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Sorry, just why. Try that. Okay, hopefully that'll work. How's things, Doctor? How you been?
Awesome, man. Can't complain. Staying busy. Just been traveling, taking care of some business.
Mate, I have been flat out. I've got all sorts of bits and pieces happening all over the place. So we've got work, life. I had a bit of time off basically last week because, like, you know, I had basically a get away with kids and family, and it's not been too bad. Oh, there we go, that's better. Yeah, well, see what have I been up to? So basically, I had Easter as well. So that was a lot of fun. And yeah, what about you, Doctor? Did you do anything to celebrate Easter?
Nah, I'm not a Easter celebrator. Um, but yeah, I just took a little vacay to Miami for a little bit, just clear my head, recharge the battery, check in on some peoples, and yeah, just set up some business, man. Just trying to get a lot of things going, man. I got so much going on, man. It's a lot outside of the world of WebV and VeVe. That's all I could say. But yeah, I'm trying to you know, get this final solo album together.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, gonna work on that. And yeah, I just got offered to go on a tour in UK for September.
No way.
And yeah, and also again the following year I would be headlining that one. So yeah, I'm just kind of switching gears, man. We're finalizing a couple of comics that we're working on, what we've been working on. So we're well deep episodes. Well, we don't call them like issues; they're more like episodes. It's like episodic TV. So yeah, Mr. MC1, he got a couple of books, but yeah, man. So it's just a lot going on at one time, but I'm just trying to manage it all. I also started day trading recently, so
Oh really?
yeah, just yeah, dipping my foot in a lot of different arenas, man. Yeah,
Okay,
that's it, man.
I tried day trading once, and I realized very, very quickly that I'm actually terrible at it. So I gave up on that very, very quickly. Is that in
Yeah, it's
the stock market, crypto market, anything in particular?
yeah. I'm just trading futures on the QQQ, which is basket uh Nasdaq stuff.
Ah, right.
So yeah. Yeah, it's kind of fun, man, because it's different than options. It's different than regular, just buying a stock. It's like crazy because basically when people say like able to make money on the way down, like it's literal with this. So you're just basically buying and selling pre-purchase contracts by the firm,
Right.
and so that's how like you can buy a contract that's a sell, and the chart is showing it going down in red, and yet you see your profits going up because you purchased a sell contract. So it's a little, crazy. We don't have to get all into it. I know it's not for the space, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, it's very interesting. So, like, for example, when everybody's like, oh my God, I lost so much money because of what Trump said, and me, I just capitalized on it. I was just buying sell contracts because I knew the market was tanking. So I'm just buying sells to the downside, and just it was like one of my best days, man. So I'm just trying to keep it simple. For now, I'm just getting my feet wet. My target is making 200 to 300 a day, something that all of us with 9 to 5s wouldn't mind making.
Yeah, that'd be nice,
You
wouldn't
know,
it?
yeah, so I got a system that I use, and it's just been working. You just gotta stay disciplined though, because it's not gonna work all the time. So and then you got to realize there's a lot of market manipulation. You got people with automated things set up, buy and sells, pre-set up based on time, based on price points. So, sometimes people do things to manipulate the price and kind of shake you out because they know like you're going to set a stop loss for a certain amount, let's say, so they know, okay, a whole bunch of people just got in here. They probably set their stop loss here. So they use you as liquidity, so to speak, by stopping you out. So, understanding that, you might have to set your stop loss a little bit. Outside of that, it might feel a little uncomfortable, but you want to stay in a trade that you still feel like it's going to turn around. That's just one of the things you got to do. You got to adjust to, the conditions and environment. But it's really fun, man. Really fun.
Mm. Yeah, right. Sounds like sounds very intricate. But on that note, guys, I think we better get into it because otherwise, as much as we can talk about stock markets and stuff all day, because I know the crypto markets had a nice little pump over the last couple of days as well. Also, we've had that exciting news with VeVe and StackR as well. So who knows what the OMI token is going to do now? But we got loads of stuff. So unfortunately, guys, my soundboard is still on the fritz, and I've been trying my absolute hardest to try and get this thing to work. Funny thing is, it works perfectly on the YouTube side of things. It's just when it comes to X. So I think it's either might be an X issue or something like that. But bear with me, guys, because I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to use it just for the sake of the X side of this. And also, guys, if you haven't had a chance to get over to the VeVe Collectables YouTube channel, please do, because we will be running a VeVe supported giveaway. Big thank you to VeVe on that one as well. But actually, before I do, no. So while I'll do that, let's give this a go. So let's start with an opening track. Let's try this. Let's try that one. Wednesdays come through with the fire. Oz, man, strange connecting. We inspire from Marvel to DC galaxies. We traverse cryptoids and VeVe in the digital universe. Turn the page, we talk NFTs, know the drill. Comic panels, movie legends, all for the thrill. Randoms. Let's collect wisdom like gems. Be a part of the fam. Hear your voice in the hands. Where the universe collides. Collect, connect, where our passion resides. All right, I know it's probably dipping in and out on the X side of things because I know it's being a right pain at the moment, but it's coming through nice and clear on the YouTube side of things. So if you do happen to watch the replay after the space is wrapped up, it might make a little bit more sense. But in the meantime, I'm going to try and have some fun with it. We're just going to try and make the best of it. I will endeavor to keep improving it on it, but that's life. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. So first of all, g'day everybody, Osman Collect 63 here, and this is our VeVe Wednesdays episode. What are we up to now? Oh wow, look at that, episode 101. We finally cracked the 3-digit palindrome. Like I said, please let me know if my soundboard is playing up or still making horrible noises. But like I said, everything's coming through on the YouTube side of things, so this might make some sense somewhere. But guys, yeah, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to come and chill in the space with us. Much appreciated. I see all the cool kids are starting to roll into the house. We see like a Mr. MC1, Richard, on my ways with us, Wes, Cosmic Disarray, Fried Lab is always a big supporter of the space. Good to see you. Double Quill, Always good to see you as well, Double Quill. If you haven't checked out Double Quill's latest blog, I think it literally just dropped like a little while ago. I haven't had a chance to read it yet because, like, it's ridiculously early here in the UK, and I just woke up like 10 minutes ago. And also see VeVe's with us and chilling there in the background as well. But guys, first of all, let me welcome up to the stage. We've got my friend, my fellow co-host, Doctor Strange. Doctor, how are you?
Uh-oh. Upgraded soundboard effects. All right. I see you. I see you, man. I'm doing good, though. I can't complain, man. We here. Episode 101. It feels like I haven't done this in like a couple weeks, and I guess we literally
No,
haven't because we skipped last week and we had the awesome, 100th celebratory episode 2 weeks ago.
we
So
did. That was
that,
a that was a very good milestone. Like a lot of fun, lot of giveaways. Yeah, it was just amazing. We actually got to our 100th episode. Now it's even more amazing. We're up to 101. We're still going, and the funny thing is everyone keeps turning up and showing up. So as long as people keep coming back and listening, we'll keep going. I always think to myself, I know now we're up to episode 101 is do people still like what we're doing? Are we getting stale? When you get this far into it, just yeah, I don't know, should we keep going? Is there too much going on? I don't know. Have these little moments in life, but I think the crowds have spoken. Everyone's still here, and everyone's still enjoying what we do. So that's the main thing. And also before I forget as well, I will say a big massive shout out to our VeVe supportership, just in the form of our community sponsor, which is in the form of, I don't have this slide pulled up for the YouTube side of things, but it's in the form of California Comics. Big shout out to California Comics. He is the world's first digital comic book store in the VeVeverse. So if you haven't checked it out, please do. He has all the fantastic mint numbers and all sorts of awesome stuff. Yeah, if you want friendly customer service and just a awesome member of our collecting community, definitely check it out and give him some follow, support, and all that jazz. And also the last one as well. Like I said before, a big shout out to VeVe as well. We do have a VeVe supported giveaway, which is going to be running in the background of this. Basically, to participate in this the giveaway, all you need to do is jump over to the VeVe Collectives YouTube channel or the live stream element of this one, Osman Collect 63. You can find that on X if you're watching us on X, and all you have to do is get in the hashtag, which I am just about to get up right now. Is put in hashtag Badlands, because that is to celebrate the release of the release of the teaser trailer for the new Predator movie, which I just absolutely jumped out of my seat for. I was like, yeah, boy, that's what I've been waiting for. Doctor, have you happened to see the new trailer at all, or any of the information about it?
The only reason I saw the trailer is because a gentleman by the name of Osman Collects happened to retweet it. Thank you very much. So yes, I got to see that right before we got on. Got to see the controversial racial comments in the threads about what race the Predator is, which I would think that would be established by the original hairstyle with dreadlocks. It's the first one, but okay, I guess some people don't understand what it's rooted in. But all right. But yeah, trailer wise, I really want to watch it again before I make a judgment, but just on first passing, looked good. Not sure if it's what I want right now, as far as the concept. But it's expanding on the universe, which I'm always for. So I'll say it that way.
Yeah, well, I thought it was very different concept. So it looks like basically the idea behind it is that our Predator is basically looks like a young blood. He's been outcast by his just judging from what I've seen of X. Looks like he's been outcast from his clan. He's landed on this planet where he basically has to fight for his life. Looks like we've got aliens. We've got we've got Aliens, we've got Predators, we've got the whole franchise in this thing, and we do actually have the whole franchise in this thing because it actually got confirmed in some of the teaser stuff that the company Wayland Yutani actually makes a little sneaky cameo appearance in there, but just because you can see their logo all over the place. And for anyone who's not familiar with it, Wayland Yutani is called the company in the Aliens movies, and that was the one that was responsible for sending Ripley and the astronomer team to LV-426 and the Marines to try and rescue the colonists in the second one. And so it seems like now they are officially connected. Either way, I'm extremely excited because you all know that I'm a big Predator fan, and I was excited to see just actually get some information about it because another one I'm hanging out for is some more information about the new Alien TV show that's coming out in summer, which is Alien Earth. Still only got posters and little videos and stuff, but not much. But at least with this one, we've got a full blown teaser trailer. So yeah, exciting times. So yeah, that's the one that got me. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, so basically this is the little teaser trailer here. I've got displayed on the live stream element. But yeah, I'm excited. There was also this little sneaky bit here. Is if you're looking on the live stream side of things, is that there was a picture of all the skulls on the wall, and someone pointed out in particular there's a particularly definitive looking one in the middle here. If anyone can see that, if anyone's on the live stream, can you guess what the skull might be? And for any of those who aren't looking, it's I'll spoil it for you. It basically looks like one of the aliens from Independence Day, which I thought was quite funny because that's not the first time they've done that. Snuck in a skull from another franchise.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, but that's enough rambling for me. Like I said, I was just excited to see anything Predator related as well. Also, we got the animated movie coming out on Hulu on June as well, which I think was Blood. Oh, I can't remember now. Mental blank. But it's the animated one done by basically the same bloke who's doing this one. So
got me.
Yeah, so very cool. So Doctor, we've had quite a lot going on in our space lately. We've had the likes of some other fun announcements. So I think. Yeah. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's start off with this one because obviously if you tuned in for last week VeVe weekends, we had a bit of a discussion about some of the coming drops, which was the VeVe Dogs drop and a few other things, but we also had a discussion about VeVe's cancellation of London as well, which I won't go into, but I just wanted to bring it up because I can see Mr. MC1 was got something in the works for everybody heading to the London side of things at the end of next month, like myself. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for trying to get something together on just try to look after everybody. Always much appreciated, Mr. MC, because I know you're a busy guy, as I've heard you say a couple of times in other spaces that you're in the process of doing the deal of a lifetime. So I don't know any of the details of that, but hopefully that's all going well and not causing you too much stress. And hopefully keeping well. But yeah, for anyone who is going to London at the end of next month, I'm excited for it. I'm still going, and if anyone's actually seen the lineup for some of the guests coming to the London Comic Con as well, it's looking pretty juicy. I mean, you should definitely check it out because there's a couple of well-known comic book artists. Some of them that stand out to me is there's Art Germ, there's Mark Brooks is another one as well. Just from the latest ones I've seen. Also, film and TV wise, we've got David Tennant's apparently going to be attending. So if you're a Doctor Who fan, that's something cool to look forward to. And also some of the original Power Rangers are going to be there as well. So I was quite excited by that. But yeah, so let's get into some what's been happening on the VeVe side of things. Then, so we've got a couple of comics that have happened, a couple of collectibles coming. Let's see. Doctor, what should we dive into first? Should we dive into some comic books or should we dive into some collectibles?
Let's go with some comics because I gotta get something out the way anyway. So let's go with the comics.
I think I might have an idea what it might be. So let's start with some comics. So let's see. So this week we've only had two comics drop. So we've had Captain America number 333, which is the first appearance of John Walker, U.S. Agent. And this coming today for me, maybe tomorrow for you. We've got Thunderbolts #1, which is very exciting as well because that's another one that's coming out very, very shortly. So we got the Thunderbolts hitting cinemas next week, I believe. And I think that the early reactions for that have been posted all over X. So if you're trying to do earmuffs for spoilers, definitely watch out because there's a lot of people spoiling post-credit scenes and this and that. So watch out. But Doctor, did you go for the Captain America 333 one at all? That dropped on Tuesday, which
I did not, man. Really like that secret rare and the common though, but no, did not. Um, just keeping an eye on the market right now as far as that one is concerned. But yeah, definitely, I think it's a. When I even covered Thunderbolts #1, I noticed it was one of the first books that I ever covered that was not considered a key by Key Collector.
okay.
But I had to kind of put it in a certain perspective because not every book is necessarily, or all time. It wasn't necessarily considered a key as soon as it came out. Sometimes it took just other things to make it a key later. And I'm wondering if that's the case with Thunderbolts 1. I'm not sure about the Captain America one, but it just feels like once the movie is out and it's kind of more set in stone on an MCU lore or whatever you want to call it level, people might look at that book as like, okay, it is what it is. It's the first time that he joined the Thunderbolts, but I think once it's just connected through the movie more and solidified that way, it might give the book a little bit more prominence, and it might be considered a key at that point. So
yeah, very cool. It says here, like in case you guys haven't seen it already, is so it's the first appearance of John Walker as Captain America. So it sounds like it's not actually the first appearance of John Walker, but it's actually him as Captain America. Steve Rogers has rejected the mantle, and the answer of who will be the next Captain America is answered. And it features rare and exclusive rare covers by Chris Capagna. Of course, 10 gem price point, 2,000 editions. So they basically went back to a 10 gem price point, slightly lower on the edition size, 2,000 editions. And I particularly like the ultra rare cover. I reckon it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Especially
I actually like all the covers on this one, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Actually, tell you what we'll do. So I know my soundboard's still a little bit janky on the X side of things, but it's coming through nice and clear on the YouTube side of things. But I'm just going to play just for the hell of it because it's fun. But let's jump over to the VeVe Marketplace and see what it's going for in the market, and then we'll do a little bit of shopping. There you go. As fun as that sound is, I'll just keep it short. There we go. Well, so I've got a few comments coming on YouTube as well. So Mark D says, I thought John Walker was awesome in that TV show. I'm excited for the Thunderbolts. Yes, sir. That's it. If you're not familiar with it, he basically made his grand debut in the Captain America and Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show that aired a little while back. But right, price-wise. So over on the VeVe Marketplace right now, the common is currently going for 3 gems and 75 frags. The uncommon is going for 2 gems and 19 frags. And our rare and ultra rares, wow, our rare is going for 3 gems and 99 frags. And that ultra rare is going for 10 gems and 75 frags on the floor. And the secret rare is going for 75 gems. I tell you what, there has been some absolute steals lately when it comes to some of the ultra rare covers.
Yeah, that's like egregiously low, especially considering the price point was 10 gems. I mean, I didn't cover that book, so I didn't even know that's what they were looking for. And I think you said 2,000 total on that one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so personally, I think I'm going to be grabbing up some commons and some other rarities because, like I was saying, even reviewing Thunderbolts 1, it's a lot you really got to take in consideration because, everyone covets the secret rare and it's scarce and everything, but the least amount of people that go for these comics. Once the burn happens, you're gonna have some commons
Mm.
that are more scarce than secret rares.
Yeah, well, that yeah, well,
So
that's right. I mean, like we've already seen it, like happen with a few various books, like after the burn, like they basically go like from being like like well priced to like what's a good example? The Daredevil, the stained glass window one that was a good example where they basically just like went through the roof for a while.
yeah,
Because I think that was like trading at like over 100 gems at one point. I don't know what is that now, but yeah, that was a. I mean, not only is that a beautiful cover, but yeah, that's a good example of what could possibly happen when the burning comes into it.
yeah. I mean, we've had other ones burned, and the price points didn't move
Mm.
much at all in the market. So it's just dependent on a lot of factors. And I've been here a while, man. I remember when Marvel Comics 1, Fantastic Four 1, all of these number ones were dropping, and people were just like, I don't know what this is worth. Is Marvel Comics 1 worth anything? I'm like, what do you think? Like, literally, what do you think? It's a digital copy of it. Might have 90,000 printed or whatever it is, but what do you think? So for a while, Marvel Comics number one common was 2 gems, 3 gems.
That's it.
And one day I woke up and the floor was 20. And then another
Yep.
day I woke up and it was 99, so
Yep.
I don't know.
Those were the days.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I know. Just mentioning Marvel Comics number one. I'm pretty sure there's a big grin going across Mr. MC1's face right now because I know. I was just looking at him. It's like I know someone who knows the value of that comic. So yeah, guys. So that one dropped on Tuesday, and then coming into today or tomorrow, if it might be for you, we have got the Marvel the Thunderbolts number one. And Doctor, just before I get too in depth into it, have you covered you covered this one on your stacking slacking videos, yeah?
I did, man. It's up
Okay.
in the Jumbotron. And, on top of the VeVe supported giveaway going on for tonight's show, once again, man, it seems like this is like a routine thing because it's because, you know, I, they do a comic drop Thursday. And if I cover that, they're sponsoring the channel and supporting the channel and the giveaway. So when we're doing it on this show, it just seems like we're giving people two opportunities to get, something from VeVe. So it's kind of dope, man. But yeah, going over to the channel should be under videos. You see Stacking and Slacking. Just leave a comment. Let me know which of the 5 covers is your favorite, and I'll enter you in the giveaway. Supported by VeVe, man. So yeah, um,
Awesome.
yeah, it was man, diving into that book was definitely interesting. It was fun. Personally, I'm really like that common, and I like the ultra rare, um, the action figure variant. But yeah, there was one variant they left out, man. It's a hip hop variant that's modeled after the Naughty by Nature album,
Oh, really?
and so yeah, yeah. So I was kind of a little dismayed we didn't get that. But and then there's also another variant that mimics I think it's modeled after our rare. Um, it might be the common, I forget, but basically one of our covers has like the letters in red, and I think it's our rare. But there's another variant out there. You can watch the episode and see the
Mm-hmm.
details on it. But yeah, it was basically 2 other potential variants we could have gotten that were pretty scarce in real life that I wish we did get. But one day we'll get some hip hop variants, hopefully.
Mm. Well, guys, if you haven't checked it out already, make sure you go check out Doctor Strange's video, All Strange Change, Stack and Slack, and the information I've just got the X page poster pulled up there on the live stream element as well. And like Doctor said, there is a giveaway involved with that, so make sure you stay tuned and check out the details in that. And yeah, as again, guys, if you're able to, always support Doctor and all your fellow content creators, whether that be myself, Doctor, anyone else out there making content. Uh, whether that's through just donation links or likes, follows, and just give everyone even if it's just a nice positive comment, just say like you're doing a good job or like well done, like just little things like this basically go a long way to helping us keep going. Because yeah, believe me, this the trying to do this consistently does take its toll.
Yeah.
So very cool. So going back to the details of the comic itself, so I won't get into it too much, obviously, because Doctor's covered this on his channel, but it basically says here, Thunderbolts #1. The Winter Soldier joins the Thunderbolts from the ashes of the Avengers standoff. There's a renegade team rampaging across the Marvel Universe under the direction of the Winter Soldier. But are the Thunderbolt heroes or villains? Do they even know what that for sure? So it looks like they're still not even sure if they're heroes or villains or what they're doing, because that sounds like what's going on in the movie that's coming out next week. But $6.99 price point, 3,000 editions. And yeah, no rare or ultra rare exclusive covers this time around. But like we said, they've got that awesome action figure variant for the ultra rare. So that's very cool if you're collecting them on the app. Because like I said in the last episode of VeVe Weekends, we've got tons of them on the app already. And yeah, we'll look good on the wall if that's what we're going after. Yeah, very cool. Me personally, I'm probably gonna just keep an eye on it in the aftermarket and see how it sits, because it's nothing really. I mean, unless you want to take the try and go for the action figure variant, that's basically what I will be doing. But that's me, my personal opinion. If you want to try and go for it, by all means, go for it. Like I said all the time, guys, nothing said on this channel. This class is financial advice in any shape or form. Actually, I'm going to play this anyway because I know this is a little bit like I said, janky on the X side of things, because Elon's not been playing nice with my soundboard lately, but I'm just going to play it anyway because if I can find it. That one.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important announcement.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important announcement, ladies and gentlemen, that nothing said on this channel is classed as financial advice in any shape or form. I am not a financial advisor. I have enough trouble managing my own money, let alone yours. So please do your due diligence and make sensible decisions when it comes to spending large sums of money. And also as well, guys, like I always say, if you haven't bought yourself a quality air fryer and bought something and tried cooking something yummy to nourish your body, mind, and soul, please do so, because having a good belly full of food and no brain fog is always a benefit to your health and everything else around you. And of course, guys, if you haven't had a chance to as well, make sure you check out the Thunderbolts movie next week. And yeah, just enjoy the collecting experience, guys. Collect and connect with others. And yeah, it was just have some good time doing it. And now back to regular listening channel. It still needs work, I know, guys. It's early. The coffee's just kicking in, but all good. So yeah, comic book wise, that's what we got coming. Let's say tomorrow morning for you, or tonight, or this afternoon for me. And yeah, sorry, go on, Doctor.
Oh no, I wasn't saying anything. I was like, yeah, so it'll be 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. And for you, I guess it's what, like afternoon, right? Like 5-6 p.m. or something.
Yeah, my drop times are 4 in the afternoon.
Wow,
but
that'll be a different experience.
Yeah, I know. But at the same time, like that's kind of like just like on the tail end of work for me. So I kind of like if there is something I do want to go for drop wise, I can either be smart and set the auto function. Or I could try and sneak off, and try like a sneaky toilet break or something, and just try and go for the drop myself. Because as much as I like the auto function feature, which is handy, convenient, there's still nothing like the thrill of going for a drop, hitting the buy now button, with that last countdown. Do you remember those days, Doctor?
I do, man. I mean, you got two. It's like we got one thing in the middle though, which is the wait list. So you got the prepay, which is more newer, which to me was a necessary part of having a wait list, because it's like, what real good is having a wait list that I could set off 12 hours beforehand or whatever, but then I still need to be there to actually hit the buy button.
Yeah,
so
true.
I'm glad it's all integrated, and I do wish there were certain old elements still around though. Of course, but then again, what good is an instant buy button when, most stuff isn't really selling out? So, the the thrill will be there when it's when we're back in a place where it's hard to get drops. I'm sure the thrill will be back.
Yeah, but it was good. Like like I was like tease sometimes. Like back in our day, these young tackers, these new users wouldn't know wouldn't know like the stress of like having to be on the being a drop. Like you have to be there like like an hour beforehand, reset the routers, like find like the best Wi-Fi spots. So they got it easy today with the wait lists and the auto pay feature. but yeah, but again, like there's always like that thrill, like down to the last like 2 seconds, like you go for a drop and like there's a countdown, you got sweat pouring from the eyebrow, like from the brow, like oh, am I actually gonna land anything on the drop before it gets scooped up by a bot?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the nerves will get to you to where you actually, you you don't perform correctly when it hits 0.0 -5 or
That's
whatever.
right. Yeah, I remember now. And you had to hit like like the particular point like on the screen as well, like on
Hmm.
the the buy now button.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Even if you want to spam or you want to time it out, you better know where you're clicking either way.
That's
Because
right. Yeah, yeah. Then was about getting on the rebound as well. That was a good one.
yeah, exactly.
Ah,
Exactly. It's funny now though that with the waitlist thing being that you can only kind of buy one and then everyone has to wait. It was funny, hearing people still call the next ability to buy a rebound. I'm like, it's not really a rebound, especially since it's not really selling out. It's not the same thing, it's not the same.
Mm,
But I guess it is a rebound, but it just doesn't feel the same then. But
yeah. Ah, fun times, ladies and gentlemen. Fun times. So yeah, you new users have got it easy, but it's good. Like it's good. Like I said, like VeVe's always building, always improving, and yeah, slow baby steps, so basically getting there. So yeah, so basically comic book wise, that's all we really got coming in the pipeline comic book wise for VeVe's this week. So like I said, we had the Captain America number 333, which just dropped on Tuesday. We've got Thunderbolts number 1 dropping today, or maybe tomorrow for you. And yeah, guys, so good luck if you decide to go for one in the market. But yeah, like I said, me personally, I'm just going to keep an eye out on the aftermarket. And maybe if it gets into a good price range, maybe I'll pick myself up that Ultra Air. That looks pretty cool. And or at the very least, just a common, so I got something to read. Let's see what else has been happening. Well, I suppose we should just basically touch on because it was in the title of the video, the episode is we had the exciting announcement that VeVe is now officially partnered with StackR, which I thought was kind of cool. So it's always good to see. So I know there's a few members out there listening in the background. They're quite happy with this one. They've been supporting it for a long time. So yeah, it was good to see VeVe come out with that that video from David Yu as well. Actually, just thinking of that, like for those who actually watched the video, did anyone else actually have like a little bit of a giggle when David was actually trying to when he was pronouncing StackR?
I did. It made me question, like maybe I've been saying it wrong. Stack all.
I know, I was the same.
Saying it. But I was like, maybe I got it wrong, because it started growing on me over time. He kept saying it that way, and I was like, yeah, it actually works.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of like gets like wiggled like into the subconscious in your back of your heart. He was saying like StackR. I was like, oh, like if David's saying it like that, maybe I've been saying it wrong. Like
Right.
Or maybe I can get away with it because I'm Australian. I've got an accent, so I can just go, oh, it's like StackR. I can.
Yeah, I'm blaming it on my New York accent.
That's it. That's it.
StackR.
That's it.
Mm.
Let me know out there in the comments, guys. How would you say it? Would you go StackR like me, or would you go StackR? I know. Maybe we can do like a whole like separate space, like like how many different ways can we say StackR? I don't know.
Oh, speaking of StackR, we had the founder of StackR on the space earlier. I don't know if you got reached out to by this account known as Venus, but they were hosting a random VeVe space. They're not someone from our community, or at least not that I know of, or anyone knew of. And it was, 50-50. Is this a troll space? Is this a trap? What is this? But yeah, it was crazy because they reached out to a lot of different people over a week ago, and then Mains announced, his space with Dan only like a couple days ago. So
Mm.
kind of put people who did say they would show up, but kind of put them in a pickle because you want to kind of be in both spaces at the same time. But it worked out. It was more like just an open forum. We did have someone from the Flutter community come
Oh yeah.
through, as I anticipated. Yeah, so that was fun. They came through telling everybody that they were paid by VeVe and everybody except Kyle Wilson somehow. And yeah, it was fun, man. He accused Dr. Prophet of buying a bunch of collectibles and knowing that there was going to be a marketplace and just all types of stuff. It was just wild. It was fun. Though. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
um, yeah, it's good times, man. Good times.
Yeah. Cause see, I.
But it was fun, man, and it actually brought out a lot of people that um, are from this community that you haven't seen in a while, man. It's a guy that came up and spoke that I've seen around spaces, but never heard him speak before. So it was good from that standpoint. Also, it's a very like neutral space
Hmm.
in a way.
No, that's good. I mean, like, so as long as like everyone's like sort of like kind, respectful, everyone like voices their opinions, like because everyone's got one. It's always good to have spaces like that, like because like we need the mood boys, we need the fudders, we need everybody to help the space grow because like everyone's opinion is valid, and yeah, that's like I said, I always envy everyone sometimes, like because like all these spaces happen either when I'm asleep or I'm at work. It's like oh, I always get to miss out on these things, but I try and tune in when and where I can, which is also another thing as well, guys. I appreciate everyone tuning into this channel. Like, we're up to Webview Wednesdays episode 101. We're into the 3-digit palindromes now, so it's very cool. And just appreciate everyone tuning in to listen to us talk right now. I see, like, all some of the cool kids in the house. I see, like, D's in the house. So we've got VeVe Wheels. So Unabonga's with us. Actually, just on the subject of Unabonga, everything you guys are doing over at the Collectors Hub with Mains and your team over there, guys, you guys are killing it. It's great that Mains has got Dan coming on the show soon as well, so that's going to be exciting as well. So make sure everyone tunes in for that one because I'm
That
sure
was
that's going to be.
today.
Was that one
That
today? Was
was
it? Oh,
today,
was it
bro.
today? See,
That's what
look.
I'm telling you. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Made it crazy is because this other person who's not from the community had their space set up for today for like over a week now.
Mm-hmm.
So then Maines must have secured having Dan on like just days ago. So he just, he doesn't normally do a collector's hub on today. I don't
Mm.
think. I'm not sure, but yeah, it kind of just popped up out of nowhere. So the times overlap. So I even had wound up DMing the other person hosting their space, Venus. I was like, yo, I don't know if you know, but there's going to be a major space today, and a lot of the VV fams probably going to be over there. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I ended up getting caught up in stuff in real life before that space and before both spaces. But when I like got back on Twitter, I was maybe half an hour late to Mainzy's space. I don't know when they started theirs, but I saw both were going on at the same time. And then when I checked my DM, they had like sent me like several DMs over the last hour. And they were like, what should I do? Should I change the time of the space? What do you think? And blah, blah, blah. And I missed all of that. And they must have just started it whenever. But yeah, they actually overlapped, man. And there was a pretty decent crowd in both spaces, which was
Yeah.
really interesting. But
Yeah.
we had Foster Hilt in there and
Oh,
like
really?
I said, Dr. Prophet, yeah, Miss MC1 was in there.
Oh, wow.
BE Informant was there.
Yeah. Right.
Uh, yeah, it
Well.
was awesome.
Oh,
Awesome.
wow. So, do you know if the space was recorded? I'll have to go back and listen to it. I think.
Yeah, it was. It was. I forget the account name. I think it's Venus, but I
That's fine.
will definitely try to find it and pin it to the top, and then I'll also DM it to you. But yeah, it was recorded.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. But yeah, like sometimes you have to do that. Like when you got like a special guest come on or something, you have to get like is it they're under like time restrictions or scheduling conflicts or whatever. You just gotta try and take the hit and just try and be respectful. So look, guys, I'm sorry. I might be impeaching on your space a little bit, but I've been trying to get this guy. This works for him, and yeah, just we just try and make it all work. So,
Yeah.
oh, okay, we've got a guest. I've got a request. We've got Mr. MC1 up to the stage.
Okay.
Here we go.
Right.
Hey, how's it
Come
going,
up.
guys?
Hey,
So,
Mr.
Oh,
How are you?
sure.
hey, doing good. Thank you for your space, Dr. Strange. So just wanted to say, that space I think was not a malicious space. The hostess seemed to be, I think, very balanced and fair and stuff like that. And you know, photos come anytime there's a space branded VeVe. But listen, let me just post up, if you're okay with it. I'll pin
Yeah, of
up
course.
this thing that I had. Basically, they said Dr. Prophet knew StackR was getting formed, and he made the accusation saying after Dr. Prophet knew about StackR, he was, stacking all these things, or before anybody else knew. And so this is categorically false. So I, did some homework on this and basically posted that 2 years ago, Dr. Prophet had 17,000 ish collectibles. He still has about 17,000 ish collectibles. He's not done any stacking in over 2 years. And, at the time when Dr. Prophet bought those, all the partner statues and stuff, and the Todds and things. I mean, that was way back when VeVe was an open ecosystem. There was no stacker, even need for a stacker, as a third party marketplace or anything. So, these people just lie, man. They just lie. Um, but anyway, so I've kind of posted that. I pinned it up here. And the account is called @coin_orca. That's the lady who hosted the space. So you'll
Okay.
find her handle there. So if you want to listen to it or whatever. But basically, I thought most of the space was good. I mean, I joined halfway through. The last, I think, 10 minutes, they let this clown up. He's like a known fudder. I think his account must have got jammed for botting or something, And he's just salty. And this fellow just wants, custody because then he can take his collectibles that are jammed and go somewhere else. And he keeps crying and crying and crying. Anyway, I think at some point you've got to just move on from these clowns, but not even react to what they're saying. But given that it was like a third party space for the first time kind of thing, I said, okay, at least make the point clear.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
I'm glad you were able to do that because, you know, um, we've all been here for a while, we
yeah,
kind of know who's who and who's done what
yeah,
and
it's
done
the
what
sad
for
part
what
is,
reason.
yeah, Dr. Shane, the sad part is these guys, they, when VeVe was an open ecosystem, these guys created lots and lots of accounts. They rolled in hundreds of thousands of dollars. And when VeVe suddenly said, "Okay, we're going to do KYC," and then they put this new anti-botting technology, and they banned, suspended a couple of, froze a couple of accounts or whatever, right? So these guys whose accounts are frozen basically show up under various anonymous handles.
Yep.
And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying this guy is. I don't know his story, the guy who was making these accusations. But generally, those are the guys who, you know, because if they had like, if these wallets were open, they would do all these nefarious activities and take their stuff and go, right? And they've got all their money jammed, and now they're just pissy about it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah,
But
what's funny though? I actually got more involved with even knowing there was a Twitter community like that
yeah,
around that time when they got that security team. And coincidentally, as I was starting to find a community, not necessarily the spaces community, but just correlating like people that I knew from YouTube. I was mainly just a YouTube supporter and stuff like that. So I was correlating names from YouTube chats to Twitter, and it was just funny because at that time, man, yeah, it was just a whole different world back then. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
those issues, like I got caught up in that. You know what I mean? And like I tell people all the time, I'm probably the most non NFT and crypto dude in VeVe. So I understood what it was. I understood that I hadn't did anything wrong. But I also understood there was, people that had like more heavier accounts than me and were more well known even on Twitter, like a Ray Fixie or whoever. So when I found him on Twitter, I had seen that like maybe an hour before I noticed something was wrong with my account, that he had tweeted out that he found out something was wrong
there's all
from like
different
Twitter
things.
or something,
I mean, we're not
and
talking
that it
about the
was
false
already
positives
fixed.
here. We're not talking about the false positives here, right? We're talking about the guys,
Yeah, exactly,
you know,
exactly.
like forget the false positives here. There are guys who genuinely freaking had like a bunch of accounts, rolled money in. They were botting from all over the world,
Yep.
and this was like a regular old scam, and these guys all got jammed, right? And when they got jammed, they've lost money, and they're just salty.
Yeah.
Now I see some of these guys. What they did was they hate VeVe so much they went to, McFarlane. McFarlane kicked them out because they were becoming a liability. McFarlane suddenly one fine day you couldn't find any of these guys. I think McFarlane must have sent them a cease and desist letter or something. I don't know what happened, but these guys all disappeared. They didn't have any. They didn't say the word McFarlane from their mouth again. So that was a smart move that McFarlane did. And then they went to HRO, and some of these guys worked the booth and stuff like that, and HRO is shut. I mean, no shade against HRO, but I'm just saying some of these clowns went there. And now they don't have a HRO kind of a space or whatever. Then they went to Palm and Bat Cowls. No shade against Bat Cowls or Palm. I mean, I have both, right?
Same.
And but these clowns who went there, they just literally ran out of space out there. Right? There's nothing to talk about. Freaking Bat Cow, all those people left. The original people left. It's kind of somewhat on some kind of life support, stuff. And then somebody else is taking care of it, sort of like a caretaker. And then Palm sold to Candy, and Candy barely lasted. And, Candy also basically in their announcement, they had like this big shake hand, like, oh yeah, we're merging with whatever. Dude, like they didn't merge, they bought him.
Yeah.
The Futureverse post said we bought these guys. Their post said we merged. Like, come on, get the F out of here. And again, I think, dude, like just these guys are all, they're running out of space. And on the other hand, VeVe is like continuously delivering. They delivered VeVeVerse, they've delivered VeVe Comics, they're delivering the affiliate program, they're doing all kinds of IPs, and there's more stuff. And they have music, they're working on different verticals, they've got VeVe exclusive covers, they've got all these independent comic people coming onto the platform. And VeVe's not like VeVe's sales are great or anything, right? I mean, VeVe's in the same ecosystem. I mean, NFT sales are not great. I mean, new user growth is not that great. But you know what? VeVe's here. They're building, and that's the difference. And VeVe's cautious. VeVe's not like one of those crazy companies that'll go burn a shit ton of money on stupid stuff, right? And I think the more VeVe sticks around, like they all said, it's a big fun, that it's a money grab, they're gonna run away with your money, this, that, and the other. Man, all those other companies are all gone. VeVe's here, spending money, delivering, launching.
Yep.
And they've hired a new CEO too, co-CEO. Like, what the hell?
I mean, well, not only that, but they've expanded and created whole new departments along the way. They've gone on hiring sprees multiple times. Because I've submitted my resume multiple times, so I know this. But these people that are on the outside bubble and they're still functioning from issues that existed 2 years ago, I can't really tap in with that sometimes because some of the stuff they even have issues with, like it might have been on my radar, but honestly, bro, like I come from a different world, man. This is not everything for me. You know what I mean? And this definitely wasn't like something I dumped my life savings into or anything. So I couldn't understand some people being over leveraged and trying to play the game from different perspectives, but that wasn't me. So when those conversations and those spaces were around where people are having those conversations, for me, it just didn't apply and I had no interest. So I didn't dive into it any deeper. So when he says like, oh, everybody knows about it, they're just not talking about it. It's like, no, you're talking about an issue that was like everybody wasn't a part of, A.
Yeah.
And then B, it's 2 years ago and has been spoken about multiple times to where I have sat in spaces and listened to it all, and it didn't affect me either one way or the other. So I'm just listening like, okay, that's messed up. Or there have been different issues involving VeVe over the years and different people have different issues, but the majority of the issues don't affect me. So it just hits different for me. So I can only empathize, but so much, especially when I'm not financially leveraged like some people were.
But listen, there's a difference between, look, Dr. Singh, there's a difference between having an issue with feature functionality, asking for it nicely or badly, and making personal accusations, like to say like, this is a fraud, this is that, this is a scam, these guys are here, they're taking your money, like that's all bullshit, man. And I've heard that so many times. I've heard so anyway. Listen, to switch gears, all I can tell you is, when I look at a company like VeVe, they've got good talent, and I think they've raised the bar on hiring. They've had some bad hires in the past, and they've made changes. When you look at people like Corey and MC and these guys, like they've hired very well from the community. I know they've said no to a couple of people, and it's not to say that those people are, not good enough or whatever. It's just to say that was not the right role for them, maybe, you know. But VeVe is just, solid with its hiring, and they're building good stuff. I mean, I'm liking what they're building. They fixed the new app pretty well. They brought all those different apps into one app. They're working on a mobile version of VeVeVerse. I mean, at the end of the day, they don't control, NFTs going mainstream.
Yep.
And look at Gary Vee, man. That guy has got some hustle, man. He's hustling. I don't think he's selling that much either. You know what I mean?
Oh,
He's fighting an uphill battle, but I gotta give him. He's got the same spirit as VeVe, man. He's there, man. He's out there, he's selling, and he's freaking doing his shit. And so is VeVe. You know what I mean?
He's going hard, man. He got a 24-hour shill space going.
Yeah.
I just got a text from Gary Vee like a half an hour ago, man. He got a personalized chat line based out of Manhattan. I'm like, when's the last time I saw a 917 number? Yeah, it's crazy, man. And he's always on Whatnot. He pops in on the shows. It's just like the spaces.
He got all this stuff.
Yeah, I just got some stickers, man. I just got some stickers I supported, on the Whatnot show.
No, but here's what I would say, though. Gary Vee is a guy who is well tuned with the market. Like Gary is arguably one of those top marketers out there. Like his branding, his thing. When NFTs were on fire, he was out there. When it went cold, he disappeared. Right? He went silent for a while, and he did his whole VeFriends thing, but it was more of a Web2 kind of a thing, and motivational speaking and all that shit, right? But now he's going hard on NFTs, dude. He's going very hard. Like, why?
Well, the thing you got to remember too is the whole time, whether he phased in and out of the NFT world with the VeFriends thing or with the recur, he was always still keeping VeFriends going from a trading card perspective. So, like 2 years ago, when I went to his booth and Jacob Javits, I went there with the community manager from Cryptoys. I got to meet Jeremy and see all their IP like more in depth and see how they were working with CGC. They have all the cards graded, and it's a dope project, man. And they even have like outside. I don't know if it was Peach Momoko necessarily, but there's other people out here that have done like one-off cards mixed in this new series with Topps Chrome. So there's all types of celebrities that have done autos in there. It's a dope project, man.
Think about Amazon, right? Like when Amazon started in 97, whatever, that time frame, Jeff said he was selling books online, and people said, who the hell will buy a book online? Exactly. The cost of shipping would be so much. And, you not need to be freaking sell a lot of books if you get the biggest freaking bookseller. Then he started selling all the other stuff, all the other personal products and electronics and this, that, and the other out there. And, people said, who would order like a big ass TV online?
But that's the thing. That's the thing, Sanjay. That's the thing, right? The technology.
Later,
the technology wasn't there yet, bro. The cell phone wasn't what it is today. It wasn't that back then. So it took the technology catching up to make it say, oh, it makes sense to read a book digitally now. But at the time, the only way to read one of their books was through buying one of their physical Kindles too. So you kind of felt kind of walled in, where it's like, and then you got the subscription thing. And so I was saying even then too, right? If you were an investor in that company based on that premise, they're gonna start digital books and have a physical thing that you buy to read the books, right? And you invested in that company. Essentially, you mentioned in another space we were in that they made a hard pivot. Jeff made a hard pivot to all of a sudden showing like clothes and stuff like that on the website.
Yeah.
if you were an early investor, you might have been pissed off because when they make that hard pivot,
Yeah.
their profits, their stock, all of that's probably going to tank a little bit. It's going to be a pullback
He
because
didn't care,
it's
man.
a
He was
change, right?
fearless.
So the
I mean,
thing is, though, is that's going to piss off a lot of early investors. It's like, what is this company turning into? And I see the same thing with VeVe right now, where the first wave of people, they
yeah.
may be pissed off because it started pivoting and refining itself and condensing itself before it expands again and kind of rebrands it, refocus itself. So
Yep.
look at what Amazon started as, then changed into with starting to get into makeup and clothes, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it expanded into me being able to buy parts for my car off of there or anything I could
Yeah.
think of now. You know what I'm saying? So every time they made a hard pivot, those investors that came in under the premise of the last hard pivot probably get a little weary or dismayed because they see the company pivoting from what they initially invested in it for. But
Well,
if
think
they
about when
held
they
on
did.
the whole time, now look at their stock. If you
Yeah.
invested when they were still
Yeah.
selling Kindles, look at your money, look at your stock
Yeah.
now.
Think of when they started doing like groceries. Think when they started freaking doing Amazon Prime and Prime videos and music. People thought this is a big waste spending money on all this programming and stuff. And then think of when they went into the cloud business, a freaking bookseller, online retailer, online seller going into cloud. They're like, these are massive investments that VeVe made. These are, Jeff calls them like, these are seeds that they plant like 10 years, 20 years before they actually become things. And, like digital collecting, whether you believe it or not, I mean, the whole planet is digital today, dude. It's all AI and digital, and, collecting is going to take, I'm not saying physical collecting goes away, but digital collecting is the future, especially with all these supply chain issues and tariffs and, manufacturing and delays.
Yep.
There's so much more possibility, and VB's at the front end of that, man. They're the biggest player in the space, and you know, it's going to take time. It's not a tomorrow thing. If you came here to make money tomorrow, day after, whatever, you might get lucky or whatever. But by and large, I mean, this is like a massive kind of, it's a whole thing, man. like, and the good news is there's a bunch of people who believe in it, right? Apart from David, there's guys like Dr. Profit, Dr.
Yep.
Rolex, Mr.
Yep.
41, all these guys who believe in digital comics, digital collectibles, NFTs, and metaverses, the whole AR, VR kind of revolution. And, we believe we're early and we're here. And you know what? If we make a mistake, so be it. But at
Yep.
least for now, I don't think we've gone wrong with our big bets, man. Like, if you think about our big bets that we made 10, 15 years ago, we're freaking living off it,
Mm-hmm.
It's paid for the houses, it's paid for the cars, it's paid for everything.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, like a quote that I heard like a long time ago was basically something along the lines of, "You only miss 100% of the shots you don't take." So you basically just have to do your own do your own due diligence, do your own risk assessment, do what makes sense to you, and yeah, just. But I mean, like with VeVe, like no, I agree with that. Like just seeing VeVe's progression over the last three years or so since I've been in the space has just been they've come leaps and bounds. I mean, and the most important part is just talking about like Amazon, like as a comparison, poor Jeff, everyone was saying you can't do it, you can't do it. But the most important part is you started the vision, you started the conviction, which I believe is still the case with VeVe. I mean, VeVe is a company, same as anything else. Sometimes they do things people don't agree with, but like I say, you got to have the bigger picture in mind. And yes, I mean, as long as they keep doing what they're doing, I don't see them going anywhere anytime soon. And for me personally, and of course this is all my own personal opinion, because bear in mind, guys, I'm just a guy sitting here in my pajamas in my living room in front of a microphone. Just take what I say with a grain of salt. My personal opinion is I love what VeVe's done in the sense of bringing us all together. To sort of give us a platform where we can all connect and share our love of collecting, whether that be Marvel, DC, Disney, Star Wars, all those sort of fun IPs, because that's the whole reason why I'm here. I'm here for the community side of it, and I just love all the connections that I built over the years, just through the love of collecting, which is what VeVe has provided for me personally. And whether I hope everyone agrees with that statement. If you don't, well, that's totally cool as well. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it. I believe, VeVe's constantly building, and yeah, I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon.
There you go, man.
Yeah, but also while I've got you here, Mr. MC1, because I'm sure you're a busy man, as you always say.
Oh, it's 11 o'clock in the night here, man. I'm not busy
really?
with anything. In the
Oh,
night.
excellent! You finally get a free moment. So how? Because just we were talking about, like, we had a bit of a giggle when David, like, announced the StackR on the YouTube video, how he was saying StackR or StackR. How would you say StackR, sir? Would you go with an R or
I'm definitely not following David on that. I'm definitely not following David on that. I think I'd probably go more with what Dr. Prophet, probably good question with Dr. Prophet.
Yeah.
Hey, how would you pronounce, this whole thing, and how do you call them?
Exactly. Maybe we should put that like in like the official vlog or something like that. The way you'd like to pronounce StackR.
It is StackR,
Yeah.
though, right? There's no E in it.
No, that's true.
So I'd say David's kind of got the literal kind of thing right.
Yeah.
It's StackR,
Yeah.
Stack and R, but
I don't know. Go.
Like, English is a weird language too, right? We a lot of things are silent, and a lot of things.
I know. Like I was saying before, like because I'm Australian, I could probably get away with it, like it's like it's like a StackR. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, very cool.
But
and also as well, because I saw on X, you've got a little something brewing, possibly brewing for the London side of things coming next month. Are you actually able to make it to London next month? Or is it still up in the
I
air?
don't know, man. I don't think so, because if my deal goes through, it's like it's the last 3 weeks of this deal.
Wow.
If it goes through, and I still have 3 days to go before London, I'll come out, because then I'll come party. Like I will stop everything I'm doing. If the deal gets done, I literally stop. I just get on a plane, come to London, have a great time.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
And yeah, but most likely I'm going to stay busy. London's going to be tough, but I am in Portugal. I will be in Portugal. That'd be fun, man.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, just because I'm planning on going to London just for the Saturday of that event. But yeah, if you're able to make it out, it'd be awesome to sort of actually like meet you in person, like shake your hand, say thank you for the hat and the gold VeVe logo and all that sort of stuff, and just share a drink with you and have a good conversation about what's been happening.
Yeah, for sure, man. We'll definitely do that. So we'll definitely, it'll be a big party. I hope I can make, I really hope I can make London, I quite enjoy London. I used to spend a lot of time in London earlier.
Awesome. And and also just in regards to this big deal that everyone, I mean, obviously I'm not asking for details or anything like that, but is it going well? It's not causing you too much stress? So there's no pulling of hair or anything like that?
No, basically my business partner will become CEO of that company, and I go in as number 2.
Oh, excellent.
And, we both get a piece of the action, of the company. It's quite material, It's not like it's cash right away, but it's basically, 4 years of kind of, like you get set up, really nicely, man. And if you do a great job with that company over 4 years, like you grow it at a certain pace, then you stand to make like generational wealth. I mean, just like lots and lots of money, man. Like if you can, like, if I can do in this company what I'd done 6 years ago with another one, shit, that would be great, man. But anyway, I want to do 2 of these. This will be one, and then there'll be one more when I, after 5 years, probably one more of these deals that I do. And yeah, man, that's pretty good. But yeah, anyway, so it's still it's pretty clutch right now. We're continuously working on this company, studying the company, talking to people, negotiating stuff.
No,
yeah.
Well, I wish you and your business partner all the best, and hopefully you get.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I need all of it. I need all of it.
Yeah.
I got super close a few times, man. In the last 4 years, we got super close a few times, and those were also pretty important ones, but we didn't get to close them. But this one seems like we're at the finish line here. It's like a higher probability, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a 60-70% chance that this goes through. So,
No, very
yeah.
cool.
Anyway,
And because I know you've had all this going on in the background. Last question: have you managed to acquire anything new for your personal collection? So have you been able to do any collecting lately, or picked up anything on VeVe? Any new comics, collectibles, anything on that front?
yeah. Not so I got the Blackpink stuff. That was the last one. I got
Oh yeah.
pretty like I got the whole diamond kind of thing, you know, and I hit them all on drop. Like I hit the buy now quite a few times, like 30, 40 times or whatever, to hit the 4 diamond kind of thing. So the Blackpink one for me just felt like I wanted to get it, you know. So I got that. I'm not some of the other art pieces I've gotten, some of the Korean art I've gotten. Some drops I must have missed or something, but I probably, you know, I'll probably come back and close out all these sets in a few weeks. You know, I typically do that.
Yep.
You know, I just kind of sit,
Trying to
wait,
play catch up.
come back and close them out. Yeah, play catch up. So I've done that, you know, for the last couple of years as well. You know, just wait till the market cools off a little. Some of these secret rares, you know, like especially those special edition ones, like you just can't hit the buy now that many times to get it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You just have to wait for the freaking market to cool and then go pick up the ones that you. And it's not even feasible to buy everything, you know. Like so, but yeah, you know. And then I bought IRL. I bought the Bitcoin One magazine. So the
Okay.
first Bitcoin magazine, I got that ungraded, but very good quality one. I'm hoping to get it graded at some point in time. But yeah, so that's one I picked up. With Bitcoin and the way Bitcoin's going, I was like, yeah, man, I want to pick up some of the IRL stuff, you know, around it. Some of those things will kind of do well, you know, in time,
Yeah, well, that's right.
you
Like,
know.
like we see where how Bitcoin, for example, has done like in the last 10 years, like compared to where it is now. Like, I'm sure 10 years
Mm.
from now, like it as it's going like more and more mainstream, it's like getting bigger eyeballs on it. Things like that might be worth something to someone, as all of our collectibles are. And yeah, and also just be something cool, just to have like on the wall, like in the pool room or something like that, and have a good talking point for your guests.
Yeah, yeah, man. How about you, man? How you been doing, Osman? What have you been up to? What stuff have you picked up? We've been
Oh,
busy with comics. I know you did a big space with Dr. Rolex, right?
yes, yes, we did the last episode of Get to the Comics, which is for anyone who's not familiar with it, is actually my YouTube channel where we do live comic book readings of the comic books that we have on VeVe. And obviously, Mr. MC1's actually made an appearance on there as well. We covered Marvel Comics #1, which was a fantastic and fun read. But last week I had Dr. Rolex on, and we did Ultimate Spider-Man number, which one was it? 6 and 7. 6, 7? Yeah. And yeah, and that was a lot of fun. Dr. Rolex had a really good time, and yeah, we just had fun making sound effects and had a good time. But I encourage everyone to head over to my YouTube channel. Get to Dark Comics if you haven't liked, followed, subscribed already. If you enjoy what you hear, and also this week. Actually, I'll throw this up now because I was going to throw this up a little bit later on, but I'll do it now. Which is, where are you? That one. This week, so this coming Friday, I have also got another fun read with some more of our community members. I can see some of them listening there in the background as well. So that's coming up on Friday, the 25th, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are going to be doing Marvel Zombies number 2 and number 3 back to back, and that's going to be with myself, VV Jesus, VV Wheels, Vegan Things, and Richard Holy Fajoli, which I see a good chunk of them listening there in the background. So guys, make sure you tune in for that one. It's going to be a lot of fun, and there is actually an opportunity to walk away with some really cool stuff at the end of the episode. So stay tuned for the instructions on that. But other than that, just trying to stay afloat in real life. Like I've got my 9 to 5, which is it's a 9 to 5, and it's just yeah, it's been a lot of been tiring. Families going well, kids getting bigger as well. My son's 6 and my daughter's 4 now, so they both think they're 16 and 14. So they're just they're being a right handful at the moment. But yeah, just trying to keep doing what I'm doing, just trying to stay consistent, just trying to stay in the space with everybody. And yeah, we had the Easter break a little while ago, so I went away with the family with that. And also I was in London last week as well, catching up with Guri, Agent 415. We spent the day catching up with him. And that was just it's always good just to sort of get away out of the city for a bit and just catch up with some of the fam, which is what I'm looking forward to come next month for London Comic Con.
That's great, man. By the way, Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate X-Men are two of my favorites. I think those are, just such interesting reboots in the, whole Marvel ecosystem. I picked up all of the secret rares of
Nice.
the Ultimate Spider-Man from 1 through 10. And then Ultimate X-Men, I think I have the first 10 as well. All of the first 10, maybe I'm missing one or two. I have to go check. But, I made it a point to pick those up because I think those comics are, just the whole storyline, the way it's set up, I think it does very well. I think that's like the new thing that sticks in Marvel movies come out and stuff. At least that's what my guess is. I don't know for sure, but I just felt like that was like a very big reboot. So I got those comics, and IRL as well. I've been, I've subscribed to it. So I've subscribed to the to a physical subscription of Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate X-Men.
Oh, cool.
And then I get them delivered at home. Just the A covers. And then the variant covers, every once in a while, I'll go to like a physical comic store, to the LCS. I'll support them, pick some up from there as well. But yeah, those, like I have a whole long box full of just Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate X-Men.
Nice.
And the
nice.
early ones, the 1 through 10, I loaded up, right? I bought I bought like a lot of the different variants and stuff. Now I just get the A cover and, every once in a while, some variant. But yeah, I will tell you though, I'm very, 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 very excited about the VeVe exclusive covers that they've been doing. So those VeVe exclusive covers, like I've tried to on the main app, right? I've tried to pick up those covers digitally, and because I think when VeVe does, or if and when VeVe does, like the physical versions of
Yep.
those VeVe exclusive covers, they'll be the only ones, period, right? Because they're new covers. They haven't, these are old comics, Silver Age comics and stuff, and there are no physical comics with those covers except, so, and they've done a couple of them at the Comic-Con, but I would love to see a lot more of them get physically printed and distributed and just this whole marketplace around it. So the digital versions I have, the physical ones I'm very excited about. I literally have, like some ideas and thoughts on it and stuff too that I like personally I'm very interested in that.
No, very cool. What about any of the newer stuff on the VeVe Green app, like from the drops, like from this coming Wednesday, for example? Did you pick up anything there?
I slowed down on that a little bit in the last, I would say, month or so. I got a little busy, just staying up on Wednesdays and stuff, and then I stopped rating that. So I have to say I've slowed down on the main, on the VeVe Comics app. I have gone back in to actually get some of the independent comics, the new runs, the number one, things like that. Yeah, I've been picking up those, less of the Marvel stuff. But I think that's only temporary, while I get all the shit done. Like, I probably come back and start getting into some of those series. I would say maybe, sometime in June or something like that. But I've done that in phases too. Like I was super active on Marvel Comics when it first came out. Then I went cold for about 2-3 months where I just bought maybe 3-4 every week or something. Then I went again very, very hard, worked backwards into finishing up number of the runs. Like literally, there are times when I bought like 300 to 500 comics in a week.
Oh wow!
or in a 2-week window. Yeah, on the Green Comics app. And like especially if I want the SR, like I don't want to pay Mahalo $200. like expert 44. I don't know who that is, or these, like, I know who these guys are who kind of ape in and then they sell
Yeah.
their SRs for like $200, and I'm like, screw that. I'm gonna hit the buy now. Like, I don't care how many times, and
That's
I'm
it.
gonna
I'm
try
gonna
and
get
get the SR.
it. I
Yeah,
like
and
that.
that goes in waves too. Sometimes you get lucky and you hit it on the eighth time or the 10th time or whatever. And sometimes you're just like, oh shit, I pulled 50. I should have hit one more time.
It's kind of like you have like one of
And
those
then you
moments like
kind of,
like what happened? A black
yeah,
card. Next thing you're like 50 like
yeah.
comments or something like that. You're like, oh okay.
And my credit card statement is crazy. So I use my Amex card for it. And
Oh
then when
yeah.
I do that, you have to buy them one at a time, right? God damn, it's like there's pages and pages of comics on it.
That's it.
Like,
Do you ever get like flagged by like your like credit card company or something like saying like no you got all these transactions like from
no,
VeVe like are these legit
no,
anything
no.
like that? It's like because there's like a lot of them.
I mean, they force like a 2FA, right?
Yep.
So normally they don't do that, but if like, it depends on the time of day and stuff. If I'm buying it at like some weird hour, you know,
Yep.
then, like, if it's out of pattern for me, right?
Yep.
Then they will force and if I'm not on the home Wi-Fi or something, they'll force like a 2FA or something like that. But that's fine. Like, not something that takes more than a couple of seconds to kind of get through. Um, but yeah, I'm a big fan of VV Comics, big believer, and I like I generally like all the stuff that they've been doing with Blaze and with all these other independent comic things, all the collections. I haven't read them all, but I've been collecting some of those number ones.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm
I mean, those are,
yeah, sorry.
yeah, the digitally, the number ones are from any one of these. Like, first buy an IP, right? If you have like Dynamite Comics and you have the first kind of set of number ones from them, period. Like, it doesn't even matter what the comic is. The first one from Dynamite on VV, right?
Yep.
So those are important, interesting ones. And then obviously, if there's specific comics where you have the number ones, those I care about. So anyway, yeah, I mean, there's some very cool stuff there. I think they're doing a good job, and you know, I'm excited about the comic curator program because Randy's writing a comic, right,
He
with
is. That's right.
Decant, and like, I would love to see the first couple of those coming in, like, like, I don't know who will be the first kind of one in the comic curator program. Might be someone who's more seasoned, right? They might give that honor to somebody seasoned,
Yep.
but you never know, man. They might say, okay, listen, we'll oblige Carl, or 24/7 Comics, or
Yep.
who knows, man. Randy would be on it, so I'm looking forward to that. And I think people have already started thinking about writing comics. Now, I don't know how good they'll be or not, but it just opens up like this whole creative window, right? Just like the way VVverse started, and suddenly there's like a lot of creators doing awesome stuff, right? I think that comic curator program attracts a lot of talented people into VV that otherwise would struggle to get funding to write comics, and they would launch their comics digitally on VV. If it's successful, then they'll do the whole physical thing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that way, only the best of the best get the investment to kind of do physical comics, and the digital ones become like the precursor to the other stuff. Anyway, look, I'm not any expert on comics or anything, but that's just my sort of guess of how I think it'll play out, and I'm very excited. And I would, like, I would want to identify, like a lot of people would do it, but I would want to identify the top five every year that go through that comic curator program and load up on their comics. So that
Mm.
takes some skill too. So we'll have to figure out. I know it's subjective too, but yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah, that'd
I completely agree with that as well. I mean, like, cause like it would be great to see like
yeah.
Randy get his comic book into fruition as well. One bigger advocate I am for is basically I'll bring it up on the live stream and teach so everyone can see it. Is this
Mhm.
guy right here, which is our Web V man, which is our Web V our superhero, which is designed by Davo. This is what I love see fruition when the comic creator animation comes to it. We've got the web VeVe and is actually there's a monster fighter. Along with the Daniel or the female lead is Princess B, and the big chef there, everything as well as the explorer of web and everything that we do here as well. And yeah, amazing artwork, and I would love to see his work on the platform as well, along with anyone else out there who's creative and wants to try and get a comic book out there as well.
Yeah, and we should do that with music as well, right? So there's so many talented musicians. Like if you go back to 4 or 5 years back, you had Non-Fungible Wonderful, Kaylee and Will. There's so many people that have been, and, Dr. Strange musician too, right? Like a lot of these guys, Emoji, there's just so many musicians, what's in Metaverse Live. It'd be great to see a lot of music from these guys, similar to Comic Curator, like a music curator program where you bring in a lot of these, people and, music as well. And for every musician that you bring in, they'll bring their friends or whatever. Yeah, I think that's another amazing opportunity. I think VeVe is, leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else in that space.
Well, VeVe is listening there in the background, so I hope someone's out there taking notes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're like, like company like VeVe would already have it in their works for like 12 months if I know them by now. You know what I mean? These are not. I don't think these are new ideas for them, man. These guys are like, quite far ahead, man.
Oh, for sure. Like I'm sure, like they've got their own little like boardroom meetings where they just like throw ideas around and goes, oh, what about this one? How would we put like a VeVe on? Like how we put that music on VeVe? Oh, that's fantastic. Write that down. Yeah. Okay, what else we got?
I think the other wild card for VeVe would be like if VeVe becomes like a Netflix show kind of thing, or one of these on one of these streaming platforms. If somebody, it's just a matter of time, man. Somebody, either David or one of the other guys in the ecosystem have to kind of get to and maybe it's early, maybe wait for VeVe to develop a little bit, but you get like a streaming show done on VeVe with David and Dan and Ben and these guys, and the different episodes about the golden moments and the VeVe comics and all the events and the with art and the one-of-one art program, and kind of like the way those guys did it, right? Those golden guys.
Cool.
If that, that could become like one of those things that could become a very good tailwind for new user acquisition, right? People see it, they get very impressed, and then they want to have an account. And pretty cool, man. And I think even the metaverse becomes like a very interesting place if you have like a music concert in the metaverse. If they not saying Blackpink, but if you can get like some serious band to perform in the VeVe-verse, and then you have people attending it. Like one of the things that Jeff did at Amazon was every Thursday or Friday, I forget now. Basically, one of the bands that they did a deal with for Prime Music would come and perform. In Amazon had like 40, 50 buildings or whatever in Seattle. They just come between two of the main buildings. They just come hang out and they play. And it became a thing, man. Like the whole freaking city would come out to listen to them.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love that.
Yeah, like like in VeVe-verse, let's say every Thursday evenings at 4:00, some band shows up and performs, right?
Yeah.
And like the first Thursday there'd be like 100 people, the next Thursday there'd be 150, and then you suddenly get like a really big band, and then it just becomes a thing.
That's it.
And then you can
have like our own like version of like Glastonbury over here or something like that, like some like massive like annual event like in the VeVe-verse. So everyone gets together, we get some major band plays.
Yeah,
I like it.
I mean, those would be amazing. I think there's a lot of interesting levers for VeVe to pull, and it just comes down to I think time and resources and stuff. But there's like not that much competition for VeVe anymore, really. I mean, if you think about it, all of them are either down, dead, or struggling, right? Like all of them. I think Futureverse is interesting in that they're VC backed and they've got good money and they've got good pedigree and stuff. But again, we'll have to see how well they can compete. I don't think they're close to VeVe at this point
Yeah,
anyway.
I was going to ask what your thoughts were on Futureverse acquiring Candy Digital. Do you have any of the Candy Digital NFTs or the comic books at all?
Oh yeah, I do, man. I
Yeah.
have like the Superman, I think ultra rare or whatever equivalent. I have a lot of the comics. I have Bat Cowls. I have 5 Bat Cowls.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah, and then I have some of the other kind of collectibles too. I bought a few of them. Now, in full disclosure, I haven't bought anything on Candy in the last, I would say, 6 to 8 months. I think after the Palm went to Candy, I
Mm-hmm.
took a look at it, but I didn't do much after that. Maybe I bought a little bit, but I just stopped after that. So I do have stuff on it. But look, I hope they make it. It's good for the space for VeVe to have some competition and for you know to have an alternate, right? It's always
Yeah,
good,
absolutely.
good for that to
Yeah.
happen.
Well, it's like
So
what's it like? Tobin Fallon says all the time. Like it's good, basically, just have options, and people like options.
people have options. Also, it spurs competition, spurs
Yeah.
innovation, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, and I think Futureverse. When I read about them, like Candy is let's just like a very small part of Futureverse. They've basically been acquiring all kinds of different types of technologies and companies and stuff like that in the ecosystems. They're VC back. They've got a lot of money and they're buying stuff up. They're consolidating various things together.
Mm.
So you'll have to just sort of wait and see how they evolve. Because sometimes you bring too many disparate things together. It's just like a mishmash of people and stuff, right? Like Reeker had a high probability of success based on the money they had, but then they didn't have the passion and they didn't have the ability to,
Yeah.
the wow factor wasn't there, right? And they even had they had everything, man. They had the money, they had developers, they had the IP, they had what is that thing called? They had Hello Kitty, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like how big is that freaking IP? And they had they just didn't, you know, like at some level when you execute, you have to execute with some kind of flair that customers like. And I think they kind of didn't have the magic. Avini has the magic for sure.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know about future work. I mean, I just don't know enough about them as people. I've never attended any of the spaces or something, so we'll see what they have to say. But I'm glad that Candy didn't just die. I'm glad somebody picked them
No,
up.
that's it.
Otherwise, it'd just be all those DC comics. But I'm surprised that they. So here's the surprise for me. All right, if you're DC, you've got collectibles and you've got comics.
Mm-hmm.
For the collectibles part, I can understand where you suddenly say, okay, let's go to Futureverse, it's a metaverse, blah blah blah. We want to create some competition for VeVe and stuff like that. Anyway, because there's some DC stuff on VeVe as well, and they
Yep.
keep dropping stuff once in a while. But the comic side, it's sort of like who buys comics on Futureverse, man? Is there anybody? Is there anybody there's like a whole ecosystem of comic buyers in VeVe, and a lot of us went to freaking Candy and bought some stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
So, if Candy's shutting down, DC should have just said, all right, fine, just get all these comics onto VeVe, or at least on a go forward basis, we do them with VeVe. And VeVe built out VeVe Comics too, and they have everything there. VeVe Comics, they have all those other things there too. So, why would you, that decision baffles me.
Mm.
Like, they, you know, anyway,
Yeah.
that one I just don't understand.
Yeah, no, I was the same as all that. I was expecting like DC Comics to sort of pop up on VV in one form or another, like just because we've already got the collectibles
Yeah.
line, so it just kind of made sense. But apparently, DC has other plans. But um,
But I think they'll run into trouble on Futureverse with that because if you don't have the right, nothing against Futureverse. I mean, they probably do all the other good things. They'll do all the metaverse and this, that, and the other. But VV's got such a head start with comics, man.
mhm.
VV's got Marvel. They've got all these other independent guys. Like for a Futureverse to get up to where VV is with comics will take time and effort. And sure, they bought Candy and they merged Candy and they get the technology behind Candy and whatever. But yeah, I don't know how it fits into everything. Like you got to have the fans there, man. And you got to have the environment, the drop environment, the communication, the reading technology, all that stuff. Maybe they figured it out. I don't know,
That's it.
but it's
So,
just kind of weird.
so long as they improve Candy's reader, I'm all for it. Because
No,
it,
I haven't never used that reader. Is
oh
it good?
no, it's not.
It's the worst.
I'm sorry, Candy. Like the VeVe has definitely got one up on you when it comes to the reader, and also some of the comic books are quite entertaining as well. Because I've done a couple of their comics on my channel, Get to the Comics, and unlike the VeVe ones, the Candy ones actually have still got like the original ads and little commercial
Oh,
things
the
in them
ads
as
and
well.
stuff.
Yeah,
I heard about that. Yeah.
they're quite hilarious.
Hmm. Anyway, that's a surprise for me. I mean, there's probably, obviously we don't know enough, right? We're sitting on the outside. We're armchair kind of guys, right? Like
Exactly.
there's probably many reasons, financial and non-financial, that matter. But it was just a weird freaking decision. I mean, as a fan, I would have loved to see DC Comics just, just say, fuck it. You know what, BB, you got it.
Yep.
You got it all.
That's
You
it.
know,
And also just for the convenience as well, just having like all like the your favorite
it's all
IPs
built.
all in the one spot. Yeah.
It's all built, man. They've got the platform, they've got the reader, they've
Yeah.
got the communication, they've got the fans, they've got the billing mechanism, they've got everything. And obviously it'll require a reminting on a one-time basis to get it onto, the immutable whatever.
Yep.
Like, just from an efficiency standpoint, it would give them scale, it would give VV scale, it would, just like fuck, now like if I ever want a DC comic, now I gotta go figure out what this freaking future pass is and buy it. Well, I guess I probably still have to do it anyway
Well,
to go
yeah.
access my comics, right?
Yep.
The ones that I have. But I don't know what it does for the value though. Do you think the value will hold? Like the ultra rare of the Superman one, I think was about 1600 bucks once upon a time, and the SR equivalent was $7,000-8,000.
Yeah. Right.
I don't have the SR, I have the ultra rare, but you think that'll still hold a value in that new ecosystem, or do you think it's kind of
Well,
gonna fall?
I
What do you
don't
guys?
know. I mean, it's a tricky one because it all depends on how future versa progresses. Because like I said, I'm only just like learning little bits and pieces here and there, like just from the spaces they hold from time to time. I know the True Media Group as well. They're doing a great job of covering what's happening on Futureverse as well with all their new channels and just everything I've seen just on X. Yeah, I mean it's like I said, like you said, we're kind of like on the outside, like in the armchairs, just seeing like how things progress. So I think it's a little bit too early to tell, but I mean I'm all for what Futureverse is doing. I mean, like so long as they're providing a platform for me to enjoy all my favorite IPs. Yeah, I think they're going to do okay. But I'd say just stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said before, guys, just make sure you do sensible things with your capital. Don't overinvest and don't go spending the kids college fund or whatever on like buying digital comic books or something like that. Just obviously be sensible about it and judge risk accordingly, and we should be okay. But stay tuned. And guys, I just had a look at my clock and just realized it's coming close to wrapping up the space. So unfortunately, we do have to start winding down soon because it is coming up to 6 o'clock in the morning here in the UK, and this is the time of the morning where you all know is where my two little minions decide to start knocking around and demanding things like love and nourishment and attention and breakfast and stuff like that. So I will have to start wrapping up soon. But Mr. MC1, thank you so much for coming and chilling in the space with us, and talking on your views about what's happening out there on StackR, on VeVe, and on what's happening with Candy and Futureverse. Yeah, really appreciate you actually having a moment to come and chill with us. Because like I said, I know you're a busy man. You got a lot on your plate at the moment, and like I said before, all the best for you and your business partner. And I hope you get the result that you're aiming for with the deal you got going on.
Hey, thank you, Osmond. Thank you, Dr. Strange. Man, for everybody who's listening, if you haven't popped your cherry on StackR, just go and buy whatever's a $1 equivalent thing. Do your first transaction on StackR. It's pretty cool. Get familiar with it. Is just maybe wait till everything's live on the 26th, right, or 28th? What day is it?
I think it's the 28th. I think because I think yeah,
28th, yeah,
on
okay.
the 28th. Yeah, and that's right. Apparently
Yeah,
everything's
but
going to be
just
on
go
StackR.
do it. Yeah, just go do your first transaction, even if it's like a $1 comic or whatever, equivalent in Omi or something. Just go do it. That'll kind of get that out of the way.
That's it.
And
Just
the
so
analytics on StackR are really good too. So just go, whatever's your favorite collectible, go onto it and see the data on it, the analytics on it. It's really amazing. Uh, yeah, it'll change what you're thinking about.
yeah, definitely. And just so you can say, like, I was there at this historical moment when StackR went live on VeVe, and we could start actually using the OMI token and get a bit of utility about it. Because I know a lot of people have been waiting a very, very long time for it. A lot of people have been held strong, and now it's good to see actually being able to use the token. I'm quite curious and interested to see how the token performs, like, moving forward. And yeah, it's exciting times, guys. So stay tuned, and yeah, if you want to get involved, get involved. If you don't, that's totally cool as well. Just enjoy the collecting experience, enjoy the collecting journey, and just collect what you love, and you will never go wrong.
Great stuff. Thanks, guys. I'll step down the list here.
Yeah, no worries. Doctor, was there anything else that you wanted to add or cover on before I move to the giveaway, guys? Because yes, we do have a VeVe supported giveaway running in the background. So make sure you get your hashtags in. So jump over to the VeVe Collectables YouTube channel or Osman Collect 63's X page. Just make sure it's on the live stream element of the show. Put in hashtag Badlands just to celebrate Predator Badlands dropping their teaser trailer, which I was just jumping out of my seat for. And yeah, just get in there, and we're going to run that very, very soon. So guys, you got about 10 minutes or so before I close it down and run it, because someone will be walking away with a supported giveaway. Yeah, sorry, Doctor. So yeah, anything else you wanted to touch on or add, mate, before we start winding things down?
No, I'm good, man. You can keep going.
All right, cool. So yeah, just basically just to touch on what's coming, we do also have some collectibles drops coming this week as well. If it comes up over to here. So yeah, like I said, coming on the Saturday, the 26th of April, we have got the Marvel dogs, the Marvel puppies are going to be dropping on the app. Yeah, we spoke about this last week on the VeVe Weekend show. They're all secret rares. They're all it's dropping in a standard waitlist format, which means that basically you can go for the one you want. It's not in blind box, so that's why they're all the same. They're all 25 gem price point, 444 editions, and they're all secret rares. And yeah, guys, you can basically just pick the one you want to go for and go for that. And yeah, it looks like a fun set if you're a dog lover. So if that's something that appeals to you, definitely go for it. And good luck. I hope you get the ones that you want. It'll be interesting to see which ones are the more popular ones and which ones sell out. Me personally, if I was going to go for one, I'd probably go for Dogpool, just because that's my personal preference. But we will see. But also, we have got another one coming as well. We've got Hands in Factory. I've got another one from our Korean artist. This is called, now I'm probably going to say this wrong, but I'm going to try. Is it Kahalo, which looks like this bloke hanging 10 on the end of his surfboard, and there is a physical drop involved with this one as well. So it's operating very similarly to the one that we had beforehand. So this is the Kahalo. I know Hinano and Dia are probably listening there in the background going, oh, he's saying it wrong. But I try, guys. So Kahalo, it's my wave. So there is a physical drop. So collectors who secure the Kahalo via version monochrome, so the common special edition digital collectible on the drop, so it has to be on the drop, guys, so very important, from the VeVe store, will be eligible to receive one of only 25 signed canvas prints by Korean artist Uptempo. From Hands in Factory, see details below. So this is the physical sign that you will get if you manage to score yourself the common, and it's going to be signed by the artist as well. So very, very cool. And just going over the drop briefly, just because we are running out of time. So we are going to have, first of all, we've got the Kahalo original. So very cool. I'm liking it. It's a $14.99 price point, so 15 gem price point. 2,222 editions. Then moving down. Oh, okay, we've got a rainbow version. So we've got basically the rainbow version, looking very vibrant, very colorful there. Very cool. Same price point. It's going to be a rare 1,111 edition, so 1111. Moving down the line as well, we've got okay, this is the deep sea variant. Looking very, very mellow, very chill. So I'm liking it. Okay, editions are 222 editions. That's our secret rare. So very, very scarce as well. And then going down here, so okay, so this is the monochrome edition. So this is the one you gotta score on the drop if you want that physical print. So it's a physical drop. Okay, so there's wow. Okay, there's only 30 editions of these. So this is extremely scarce. So rarity, common, special edition. So 30 editions, and yeah, I believe it's all blind box formats. Let me just whoa, wrong button. Let me just find out. Because normally it says. Yep, blind box. Yep, so it's all in blind box. So yeah, guys, if you decide you want to go for this one, I say good luck to you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 to go for. You got that common special edition chaser with the 30 editions, and you also get the physical out of that if you manage to land on the drop. So exciting times, and like I said, that is coming on Sunday, the 27th of April. So good luck to you guys if you decide to go for it. And then I do think that's about all we've got. So yeah, so we've had the dogs, we've got that one coming as well. We've got the comic dropping today. Just checking VeVe hasn't chucked any sneaky announcements in there, because sometimes they do that. And yeah, guys, on that note, we're going to start winding down the space and start wrapping things up. We'll do the giveaway in a sec. But yeah, like I said, if anybody has anything they'd like to add, whether it be in the chats or you want to come up real quick and just say a few quick words, you're more than welcome to. That's what this space is all about, guys. It's about providing a safe space where that's me knocking my microphone over, where we can all provide a safe space where we can all get together and just basically nerd out. So talk about all the stuff that we like to collect, whether that be Marvel, Disney, physical, digital, whatever you're into, guys. That's what we're all about. We talk about all different types of fandom. Occasionally we cover other projects as well, like we were talking about Candy Digital a little while ago, and also cover a little bit of other stuff from the time, like a bit of film news as well. Like, you know, we've got the teaser trailer for Predator Badlands that dropped, so I'm super excited for. We've got other cool announcements as well, like we've got all the stuff dropping from Star Wars as well, which is another one we'll probably hear more about moving into May, because we've got some fun stuff in the pipeline for May if you're a Star Wars fan. And also as well, on the film and TV side as well, I had tons of announcements come out the other week. And yeah, loads and loads of cool stuff, like fandom-wise, in the pipeline. So stay tuned, guys, because yeah, like we said, it's like drinking water out of a fire hose. There's like just so much going on at one point, and I try my best to cover it all. If I haven't covered your project today, I do apologize. Like I said, I try and get to everyone where I can. Okay, but guys, last chance. Get those hashtags in for the VeVe supported giveaway. I'll bring it over here so everyone can see what's going on, so there's no funny business. So all you need to do, guys, is get in hashtag Badlands to celebrate the trailer dropping for the new Predator movie. I've got 11 entries. You got to do that over on the VeVe Collectives YouTube channel, which the link was put out there on X. So if you haven't found it yet, please do so. If not, you can go over to X, go over to Osman Collect 63's X account, which is mine, and then just find the live stream element of this show. You should be able to see it on the screen now. You should see hashtag Badlands, and just write in hashtag Badlands in the comments of that live stream chat, and then the StreamYard picker tool will pick it up, and then you'll be in the draw. Oh, got one more. Yep, Mahalo's just got one more in. It says hello from Twitter. And yeah, guys, again, a big thank you to everyone who's taking the time out of your busy day to come and chill in the space with us. I see all the cool kids in there. We see the likes of Mr. Chris Severs in there in the house as well. If you haven't checked out any of his blogs for Go Collect, and also he's just picked himself up some more awesome mint matching as well. So good to see you, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Hope you had a fantastic Easter with the family, and everyone else is keeping well. We see lots of VeVe Wheels with us, Clever Jerk as well. Clever Jerk's bringing out some fantastic content using the collectibles we've got on VeVe as well. So make sure if you haven't checked out his content, definitely do so. D's in the house as well. VeVe's been listening there in the background as well. Appreciate you guys dropping in. D and the True Media Group, you guys are actually smashing it when it comes to all your different projects and shows as well. Excellent seeing everything progress and all the fun, exciting stuff you got in the pipeline for this coming week. So stay tuned for that. So Ronnie Lero's in the house. The artist, the Magic Man. So some of the artwork that you post on X is amazing, mate. Keep doing what you're doing. Fried Labbits is there as well. Big supporter of the channel, and always good to see you here when you can make it. Vegan Things, always a pleasure to have you there. Omar, Cosmic Disarray, Notorious Moonboy, always a pleasure to have you when you can get here. Mahalo Joe, so love if you haven't checked out any of his comic book spaces or heard his views on comics, this guy is a comic connoisseur and a wealth of knowledge and information, so definitely support him where you can. VeVe Jesus, always spreading his light and wisdom, and always blessing us with his presence. Thank you, sir. And Richard as well, Ho for Jolly. So if you haven't checked out Fairside or any of their products, they had a fantastic space not long ago as well. So make sure you check that out with a few cybersecurity stories and a few tips to try and keep yourself safe on the net, which is always very important, and also in the Web3 space. Hey, we've got Evolves in the house as well. So always building there in the background. Love what you're doing with the 3D printing side of things as well, guys. And yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully you and the family keep them all as well. So yeah, Eddie Brown's listening there in the background as well. I've just recently subscribed to Eddie Brown's content as well. So got some good information on Omi, and I just love you there, being there, supporting the space, and just yeah, being awesome. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing, mate. And of course, as always, my fellow co-host, Dr. Strange. Make sure you get over to YouTube, support his content, all things strange, with his Stack and Slack videos. Make sure you get involved in that giveaway as well that he's got going on as well, for your chance to walk away with something. And yeah, just always appreciate you being here and helping me co-host the space when and where you can.
No problem, man. Real quick, just wanted to add that tomorrow, O'Malley will be hosting I think it's Fanables having a drop tomorrow. So I think O'Malley's going to be hosting a space for that, or before the drop for that. So look out for that.
Oh, very cool. And yeah, guys, that's another one you got to support as well. Support like O'Malley as well. He's working hard in the space, providing all his content as well. So make sure you tune in where you can. Give him a like, a follow. Use donation links if you feel inclined to do so. And that's the same with anyone out there creating content, guys, whether it be myself, Dokta, Evolves making content, True Media Group, anyone out there doing content. If you feel inclined to use donation links, like buy me a coffee or anything like that, please do so if you're able to. At the very minimum, just hit the like button, hit the comment, hit the subscribe if you want to, and just helps get the content out there in front of the eyeballs, and just keeps them that positive energy to keep doing what they're doing. Because yeah, it is not easy, and does has its price in certain areas. Just believe you me. But guys,
I posted the drop for the Fanable space tomorrow that O'Malley's doing in the Jumbotron.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Should be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard.
All right, awesome. Yeah, Fanable's another one that's doing some really fun stuff as well. Like I personally haven't had much to do with the project itself, only because I don't think I can get it here in the UK yet. But yeah, looks like they're doing some fun stuff. And yeah, if you're getting involved with that, definitely do so. And yeah, good luck to you if you're going for whatever they're going for. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've made it to the end of the show. So if you've got your hashtags in, good luck to you. We're gonna run the giveaway now. And I know my soundboard's been a little bit janky on the X side of things, but it's coming through nice and clear on YouTube. So I'm gonna play it anyway, just for a bit of fun. And let's get into it. So let the games begin. And I'm gonna have some tense music here. You have to use your imagination if you're gonna have to use your imagination if you're on the X side of things. But let's do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, students of all ages, thank you so much for making it to the end of the show for the giveaway. And we're going to do it, guys. We're going to hit the button now. We're drawing it. And good luck if you've entered. And here we go. Spinning the wheel. And the winner of our VeVe supported giveaway is none other than Vegan Things. Yes, Vegan Things, you are the lucky winner of the VeVe supported giveaway. So congratulations to you, sir. And I do have a clapping sound effect there if you can't hear it on X, but you can probably hear it on YouTube. There we go. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still trying to work on this thing, but it is just doing my head right in. But there you go. So congratulations, Vegan Things. Which I believe he's still listening there in the background. So very cool. So yeah, if you just get in touch with a MC with your VeVe details, I'm sure you may already have them, but definitely get in touch with him. Just let him know that you won the giveaway. I'm going to do the same, just so he's got 2 points of reference, and we'll get that out to you ASAP. All right, guys. On that note, I gotta start wrapping up the space because yeah, it's that time of the night, the morning for me. I gotta go start my day, so you can get ready to start my Thursday. But yeah, guys. Again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to chill in the space with us. Much appreciated. And yeah, just like I said, guys, just it's fun to see VeVe progress, and we'll just see where they go from there. Like congratulations with their announcement with Stack with StackR or StackR, however way you want to say it. It's kind of like VeVe now. Like you basically can say VeVe. It's kind of like the same deal with StackR. But yeah, guys. Yeah, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. It's you guys, the listeners, that make these shows what they are. Also, guys, don't be afraid if you ever feel like you want to come up to the stage at any point and share your collecting experiences, your journey, what you've been collecting up lately. Feel free to do so. But if you want to just keep commenting there in the background on X or YouTube, that's totally cool as well. I do my best to try and read out the comments in that when and where I can. Sorry if I've been a little bit lacking on getting to everyone's comments this time around. Like looking at multiple screens, so I am getting better. And yeah, guys, just appreciate it. And yeah, stay tuned for this coming Friday. We got to get to the comics. We got Marvel Zombies number 2 and 3, which we're going to be doing back to back. So tune in for that if you can, or if you're able to tune in this coming Sunday for WebV Weekends with myself and my other co-host, Dr. Josh, Collectors Gone Digital. And again, another fantastic career in the space. He's doing some crazy stuff in the VeVeverse at the moment. And yeah, you can join me there. Okay, and on that note, guys, I'm going to say my goodbyes, my good mornings, my good evenings, where you might be in the world. Again, big thank you to Doctor Strange for helping me co-host the show. Doctor, any last words before I say my goodbyes? Nope. Okay, well, on that note, I guess I will say...
Oh,
no,
nah, I'm good, man. Yeah, nah, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate everybody coming through the space, man. Episode 101 in the books. Always an interesting combo, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Once again, shout out the winner, Vegan Things. You know, he's always lucky, man. This guy's always cleaning up, man. But you guys do have another chance to win a random VeVe digital collectible comic. Go to my channel, All Things Strange, enter the giveaway going on. I'm stacking the slacking episode, man. That's it for me, man. Have a good day, Oz. Good night, everybody. And hopefully see y'all next week.
Awesome. Okay, guys, I am going to play some outro music because it does work well on the YouTube side of things. I do apologize on the X things if it comes through a bit janky, but that's how it is until I can get this thing fixed, because I'm determined to get this thing fixed. But like I said, I think it is an X issue, but gradually dialing it down. But guys, this has been WebV Wednesdays, episode 101, a 3-digit palindrome. Very cool. I've been your host, your narrator, presenter, Osman Collect 63. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And we will talk more soon. Let's go with this one.
It's WebV Wednesdays, got the Phantom on display. Ozman's Twitch fame, we talking all day. Marvel to DC, Star Wars in the mix. Comics, movies, Web3, that's the fix. Digital collectibles, spotlight on the new. Crypto is VeVe, yo, we keep it true. Fam on stage, giveaways from the heart. Collecting, connecting, bringing the art. WebV Wednesdays, we on the ride.